Turn that AC down a little bit. Now you may have noticed today when that epic rise in Litecoin, which was leading all of market cap today as far as the most highest rising one at the moment. I haven't looked in a little while. You know, if you sort by which one's gaining the most today, Litecoin was leading the chart, but OMG was up there too. It was also when I did my video, I said, look, OMG chart looks similar, Litecoin look, Bitcoin Cash even, and Bitcoin, these charts look almost identical. And they all popped, they all got that huge volume spike all at the same time. I said, man, somebody knows something. Somebody's getting ready for something, and somebody big knows about it. I've already talked to you about this with regarding OMG Webbot report. I already read you this part of it. I'm going to do it again. Because if you recall, months and months and months and months and months and months ago, I came out and said, you know what, Cliff High just sold me OMG data showing that it's going to have like a Veritasium type of crazy go high kind of a mode. It'll have a Veritasium-like performance. And I said in that video that I did then, months ago, guys, I'm going heavy. I'm going heavy into OMG. And I went heavy into OMG. And I've actually, not today, but I've added a little bit more OMG over the past few months. Not a whole lot, to be honest with you, not that much at all, but I did add a little bit. But it didn't matter, I told you from day one I was going heavy. Now this chart sucks, but I'm going to show it to you anyways, as far as black and white printout on this laser printer. But you can see this huge volume spike here. This is the one I was talking about that happened last night, which did propel OMG up pretty nicely. And I'm going to read you a nice little letter somebody sent me, and they sent me some shirts like this one I'm wearing. What we have here is a failure to hodl. So this is from the December, the last report that came out. But I pulled the trigger on OMG heavy duty before this report came out, and I told you all about it. And by the way, another ICO review is coming, probably this weekend. One that I think will do well again. Another one. We already knew last year. Cliff said if you think the ICOs that came out this year are gonna be something, wait till next year. And I'm already getting hit by them. People reaching out, me looking and finding some as well. I'm telling you, 2018 is gonna be one hell of a year. And I'll just say, if you're at a point where you're like, Joe, I don't have any more free cash to get into these ICOs, and you need to scrape a little profit, you're in 10, 15 coins, and you scrape 2%, 2%, 2%, whatever it is, put it into ETH, then take the ETH and get an ICO, that's okay. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Even though theoretically I could probably tap into my bank account and be fine to grab some more cash. But I got so many different freaking cryptos, so, you know, why not scrape a % or two off of one or two or three of these things? That's how I'm going to start approaching some of these ICOs this year, personally. Anyways, OMG, this December report, 2017. The data sets continue to grow in support for OMG and new opportunities that are going to be touted, made visible in media over the last of winter Northern Hemisphere, such that by late February, OMG is seen as the leader in the spring. We're not quite in the late February, but we are at the halfway point. And a pretty damn incredible rally out of nowhere just happened with OMG today, last night, technically speaking. And through today, it's even going crazier, you know, nicer. There continues to be growth in sets for OMG to be gaining over 2018 through well into 2019, with some sets describing OMG as a leader in the larger group of rising coins/tokens from the spring Northern Hemisphere ramp up. The data sets for OMG are working off the payments set. There are a number of payments sets that are related to payroll and government. These sets are filled with supporting subsets for the idea of a contract to act as the payroll vehicle by a number of large government agencies. That doesn't mean U.S. government per se, just government period across the earth. These sets are not clear indicators that OMG will be this vehicle, but the preponderance of the data at the moment has it as a greater potential for this coin over others. So I wanted to remind you why I went heavy, which Cliff already said we may have a Veritasium-like performer out of OMG, and someone had asked him, but it was, 27, 30 something cents when it came out, and it's already, at the time, $6. Is that what you're talking about? And he says, no, this is a recent data pool here that's saying we're going to see those kind of moves. So in other words, if you think pennies to $6 was crazy, which by the way, you probably have already seen, it's gone to $24 during the all-time high of OMG, that's going to be like nothing, I guess. Like, this thing's going to really, really pop. That's why I went really, really heavy back then. And trying to think, that guy with the Ferrari I just told you about, matter of fact, I know this for a fact. He went heavy with me. We put like the exact same amount in at the same time. I went and remoted into his computer to help him do it. So he and I both went heavy into OMG at that time. This was months ago. And now he's got this beautiful Ferrari. And I'm thinking, I do want to do like one of these parody songs Steven's done. I think it's time for me to hire like a little basic, camera person that does videos, who can really handle like, music videos. It's time. Hey, can I borrow your Ferrari? Can you bring the Ferrari over to the house? I just need to pretend like it's mine for a video for a little bit. It's kind of like it's both of ours. We'll just keep it over at your place. Hey, Joe, this is the other letter I was telling you. Nice letter I got. The guy that sent me these shirts. Hey, Joe, I gotta tell you. And by the way, this is gonna be some more people. Joe, man, I wish you'd go back and talk about the new stuff. I'm not into this crypto, man. I miss the old news days, right? This is some people to pay attention to. I gotta tell you, I've been listening to your videos for a while now, and every time you would start talking about cryptos, I'd just skip that video and go on to your next one or someone else's. But as time went by, I got this sense that I needed to listen to those too. At first, I didn't understand it all, and I told people in my family, something tells me we might need to get into this crypto stuff, even though it seems confusing. I'm 54, and even though working on a computer is probably as natural for you as a 16-year-old girl on a cell phone, for us little older folks, not so much. In your line of work, I'm sure you've seen very dumb people around computers, but you may not totally understand the apprehension others may feel about getting involved in certain things you find so easy. And by the way, I need to stop for a second. I'm trying to think, maybe I should do a separate video, but maybe not. Someone just messaged me. He's like, man, my Ether wallet account's been hacked, man. They got my stuff. And he's telling me he was at a hotel using their Wi-Fi, and even was getting notifications from his computer saying, you're on public Wi-Fi, you're not as secure. And I think he was still doing some stuff online, crypto related. And I'm gonna say someone probably sniffed him at that same hotel and got his private keys. FYI, don't use hotel or any public internet like someone else's Wi-Fi is what I'm mainly talking about, but also plug it in to their Ethernet port, same thing. If you're not on your own home network, don't do it. And someone, I think, got his private keys, went straight to EtherDelta, imported them there, and then cleaned them out. So, things you don't do. And by the way, if these crypto conferences are coming up, and they're coming up, do not use the Wi-Fi at the local hotels, because scammers are probably already setting up shop at all the nearby hotels so that they can get on the same Wi-Fi everyone else is on, thinking all I need is one of these people who are here for a crypto thing to get onto their stuff and use their private key somewhere, and I'm going to clean them out. So keep that in mind. Anyway, so I listened to your crypto videos and joined Coinbase. I did the one-third thing you advised around November 2nd, 2017 or so, which is, get you some Bitcoin, get you some Litecoin, get you some Ethereum. Although I've been telling people for a while, go a little heavier on Litecoin. That was the main. Again, you want to play it safe, get all three, you're good to go. I used to always say that. I started doing well, and everyone in my family now wants to do it and is doing it, but the only knowledge I could relay to them was Coinbase, a third, and watch this guy Did Snippy on YouTube. My sister likes your videos, by the way. I feel horrible. My nephew wanted to do it after Christmas. I think he bought when Litecoin was 280. Bitcoin was around 15,000. As of now, I'm not his favorite uncle. Don't worry, you will be here shortly. Just hodl. After joining, I did some stupid things. I veered from your one-third advice and ended up selling all my Bitcoin and Ethereum for altcoins. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. The only smart thing I can say I did was exchange Bitcoin for Litecoin. Everything else is highly questionable. I do have faith in Litecoin even though I'm down now. Anyway, Joe, I wanted to thank you in advance for what you're doing. I say advance because even though at this point in time I'm about where I started, I have a very good feeling about what will happen this year. I'm not crypto rich like JSnip4, but I think I'll do very well this year. I wish there were a way to keep myself from doing dumb crap, but all you can do is live and learn. And I've learned a ton since my one-third entry into this. I need some muscle-bound brute around me to at least keep me from selling all my Ethereum. I know you're a busy man, but if you can have any advice about this collection of mine, I certainly respect your opinion. I'm trying to reach 100 Litecoin like you suggest. You drive me crazy mentioning this coin and that coin because I'm always thinking, damn, I need more money. By the way, I was a silver stacker and I sold about half of it. Hey, I understand. And if you come to me right now saying, should I sell the rest of it to get more of these coins or more Litecoin? As much as it pains me because it's silver and I don't want to sell my silver, I know where cryptos are going. They've gone everywhere we said they would, and they're going to go where we think we're going to go next. And for that reason alone, you may want to consider dumping some silver and grabbing some more. And then when your amazing profits come back, you scrape a fraction of the profit out and get your silver back. Okay? So he's got some Litecoin, some Cardano, some Digibyte, some Pillar, Sia coin, a couple of Ethereum at the moment, some OMG, some EOS, Verge, Salt, Neo, and I think there was another one. I didn't print that other page out. I mean, those are all pretty good. You know, although I'll say me right now, when Salt got to about a little over $10, I was in at $1.50. Frank, my boss, we were all in about $1.50. I got rid of all of it. Took that, flipped it into some other coins for us, and we're riding those up right now. But I don't have any Salt. I don't think I have any Verge, although I'm not saying that that's going to be bad. It'd probably be just fine. But, you know, Litecoin, Cardano, Digibyte, Pillar, Sia coin, Ethereum, OMG, EOS, I think you're going to be fine. But, again, my favorite coin is Litecoin. So, I'm doing this video mainly to remind you, even before that last Webot report in December, that Cliff had already said, you know, hey, OMG, this is what the data is showing is coming. So, once again, the data sets continue to grow in support for OMG and new opportunities that are being touted or made visible in media. Over the last of winter, which, again, we're talking now, such that by late February, right now, OMG is seen as a leader in the spring. There continues to be growth in sets for OMG to be gaining over 2018, well into 2019, with some sets describing OMG as a leader in the larger group of rising coins / tokens from the spring Northern Hemisphere ramp up. So he's calling for a spring ramp up. And OMG is going to be at the top of the leaderboard, so to speak, at least at some point. But that's not to say my favorite coin, Litecoin, isn't going to be blasting off, or other ones too. They are. We know this. But I want to do this to remind you why I went heavy into OMG. I haven't changed my opinion. I haven't sold any. I'm good to go. I grabbed a few more at one point, and I've been hodling. I'm a hodler. Take care.